So I think this is it. This might be the final episode of United Fleet. Why? Because we're almost to 10,000 population, which is the goal that we set to achieve. And just a quick reminder, we were having some shortage of engineering supplies being delivered. We're just barely missing the mark, but also by the time the city grows, this is going to be a little higher. So we definitely need to step up our game here. And in terms of alcohol, yeah, because we're taking some of the alcohol here and delivering it to here to produce the engineering supplies from the Hamburg port, and getting those delivered to this iron ore mine. We're kind of sacrificing on our tram network of alcohol delivery into the hotel. So that means that in this episode, we're gonna need to get a lot more fruit to go through this hub so that it can be delivered to the cider mill here that produces the alcohol. There we go, I can click on it. And hopefully everything else should be sort of taken care of magically. Before I start the episode, I wanna show you some changes that I did off camera, some improvements here and there. Well, for the most part, what I did is creating a tram line that connects the suburbs of Reykjavik, the downtown of Reykjavik, as well as the suburbs and downtown of Chicago. There's one big tram loop. And I also improved the stations here, the station particularly. For Reykjavik, we have 2 more platforms, and we had a lot of land that I bought on a live stream, so now it's all properly converted into maglev, and I also made it pretty because it had like the default aesthetic stations, the vanilla ones. So now it's all looking nice. Most of these maglev trains I've extended to 5 tiles. So if we go back to Capital City real quick, you can see that almost all of those trains are now 5 tiles, which means that they produce way more money, which we're definitely gonna need because our finances, we've been losing quite a bit of money until I started, doing all these changes. And in this episode, we're going to be adding a lot of maglevs as well that are pretty expensive. So I'm actually kind of worried that we won't have enough money. In the last episode, we spent like 600 million bucks on lines and new vehicles and things. So it's definitely something that we will have to keep an eye on. But fear not, I think we can pull this off, and I'm ready. So let's just get started. So I was gonna get started with fruit because that's like the most obvious thing that I just mentioned we need to work on. But I realized that we have a bit of a low-hanging fruit that we can tackle really quickly, and then we can move on to the fruit situation. So this line right here basically produces, here's a goods hub right now, which is behind the screen. I'll show it to you in a second. And we're definitely short on goods, as you can see. We're barely meeting the criteria. Sometimes we go over a little bit, but we're just barely on the limit, and it's probably gonna get worse as the city grows. So one thing that we can do is, if I exit this thing, this is our goods hub, these right here actually contribute to our goods, through our steel hub right here. But I think we can do better by enhancing the situation for, at least the production of coal and iron ore specifically. And also we have this coal mine here. These guys can benefit from engineering supplies, both, all 3 of them actually. And those are produced primarily by the ports. And unfortunately in this giant lake, we do not have a port. I think, this is a fishing harbor. We don't have a port. So what I was thinking is maybe we can do some clever terraforming here and have a port that can have some truck lines delivering the engineering supplies to all these, and thankfully those will have enhanced production. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I think I'm just gonna carve a little canal here so that we can get some water up in this spot. It's a little bit on the expensive side, just a tiny bit, but not a lot. And also it's gonna look a little nicer, I think. Let's maybe like terraform a bit more so that it looks, like a little bit more organic, and not just completely like I destroyed half the land. Okay, so with that in place, the water is gonna slowly start creeping into this little bay, and we're gonna go fund new industry, and we're gonna place down a port. And I'm thinking somewhere around here is probably a good spot. So we're kind of in between these two sets of industries. We're probably gonna have just a giant station here. In the meantime, why don't we do that? That might be a better use of our time. Let's get a truck stop here and another one there, and perhaps we can just do something interesting like this. There we go. And yeah, these maglev lines, I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. So yeah, they're just gonna become abandoned. Yeah, I don't think we need to demolish them anyways, but just for aesthetic purposes, I guess I would. So let's go. Can we actually go over all of these stuff? I think we might be able to. Viaduct. I want to go like one extra tile. It's just, and this is again purely for aesthetic reasons. There we go. Somehow it looks a little bit more symmetrical. And right here, we're gonna need to, well, first put the port. So let's fund the port. See if it fits in here. Site unsuitable. All right, so that worked. And we're gonna get, yeah, let's get like 3 loading bays. Something like that. So actually, you know what? Let's get rid of this one and have a few extra tiles here. And perhaps we can do something like that. Man, I kind of, there's like an extra turn now that I wanted to sort of avoid having, but I guess it's fine. So let's put our depot here, and let's make that road connection. You're gonna be one way this way, and you are gonna go one way the other way. Like that. And I guess like that should be fine. Not entirely sure. You are gonna go this way, and this way. Sounds good. Actually, no. We're gonna keep all of you one way. Why? Because that way trucks can use both ends of the, or both sides of these truck stations, and it's just more efficient all around. So let's get some real quick vehicles in here. Let's go by, not passengers, but engineering supplies. There we go. And this is the road thief. I guess we want higher capacity. Sure, why not? Let's just try these guys. Engineering supplies, let's refit the vehicle. You're gonna go do a full load here and unload there. And I would say maybe let's get 4 of those. Actually, let's get 3 of those into here, perhaps. It's not gonna be enough. Well, okay, let's try that. I'm not gonna put them in a group because, you know, it doesn't really matter at this point anymore. We're so close to the end here that it's just gonna be a kind of a waste of time. Famous last words, hopefully not. Instead of a bridge here, let's go under the train tracks, just so that it looks a little bit nicer. Let's get the road connected and do something like that. Perfect. And over here, we're gonna get the depot in place, just like so. Again, we're not gonna make them one way or anything like that. I don't think we need to. Here comes the first truck, should be full, right? Yeah, it's full. Fan-freaking-tastic. So let's get actually more new vehicles out of this thing. So let's refit it to engineering supplies, and you're gonna go do a full load here and unload there, and holding control. We're gonna get actually just 2 for now. Hopefully that should be enough. So we have our port here. It could use alcohol and goods. which, yeah, I guess we don't have anything like that nearby. So whatever the maximum capacity of this is, just by default, it's what's going to be. And yeah, that's gonna be that. So it's gonna be a slow process, but shouldn't be too bad. Iron ore, I think we can increase our, yeah, is this iron ore train? Let's take a quick look. Capacities, iron ore. I kind of want to make these a little longer in length. Let's see, send them quickly to the depot. So that way, because we have a lot of iron ore kind of waiting there, sitting. And let's just take advantage of this super long trip that these trains are gonna take. In fact, you, sir, are gonna go to the depot as well. So, iron ore. Might as well just get like faster trains. Like, why not? So let's go for 5 tiles, or I guess 4.9, and we're gonna have to refit this to that, and off you go. And okay, no, I wanted to get that train to be, well, this one is coal, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, that train, I wanted to go back. Your iron ore, I want to refit you with things. And it's probably coming again, so yeah, there you go. So it needs 2 more wagons, pretty sure. All right. So your train 93. Let's close some of these windows. It's getting a little out of hand. Iron ore. Off you go. And I'm assuming you're also iron ore. So let's double check that. Capacities, iron ore, freaking fantastic. So this is train 120. I think that should be okay. 4.9, fan freaking tastic. So train 120, you're gonna be refitted to iron ore. Off you go, and the same is true for you, I'm assuming. I didn't even check, but we'll find out in just a second whether or not we screwed it up or not. Refitted to that. And off you go. I don't think I'm gonna change all of the trains in this line. Like, here's another iron ore one that is much shorter and slower, but it should be fine. Let me double check the iron ore waypoint. Perfect. All right. So we're good, I think. We have a ton of coal and iron ore just sitting there waiting. That should be taken care of relatively soon. We're gonna come back to this later and see if this has an impact on our goods production. It's gonna take a little while for this entire supply chain to sort of, you know, figure itself out. But for now, I am pretty happy with that. So let's focus on fruit. So here I'm gonna do something a little wild. And by wild, I mean, we're gonna have a hybrid. So here's the situation. We have this 2 farms right here, and they both take farm supplies to, you know, increase their production, and those farm supplies are being generated by this bulk terminal. That's, you know, there's like a whole supply chain thing going here. And we have regular electric trains, even though these are diesel, I'm pretty sure. But what I want to do is make half this platform be maglev, and basically convert all of this fruit run that we have all the way to here into maglev, and then also extend it to, we have a couple farms over here as well. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think we can pull it off without doing a lot of crazy retrofitting or things like that. So that means that temporarily we're going to have to, well, send some of these trains to the depot and start converting things. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So let's see, how do we do this? If we go here, these are farming supplies, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, cool. So you and you are going to a depot. Just pick a depot. Actually, there are no depots in this loop. Really? Damn, these trains are probably like completely destroyed by now. Wait, really? Did I not put like a single depot? Waiting for a free path. That's nuts. Okay, wait, let's fix this real quick. We're gonna put a... Oh, they're going the other way. Perfect. That's brilliant. Let's just go there. Oh man, no, I don't want you. Actually, you know what? Just go to whatever depot you want. I don't care anymore. We're gonna delete you anyways. And you... Turn around, turn around, turn around. Skip that order. There you go. And now we're gonna have you turn around and hopefully you're gonna go into this depot. So we're going to need to make half of these platforms maglev and one not maglev. It's gonna be great. Oh wait, and we also have a bunch of trains here that should go into probably this depot as well. Yeah, let's keep them all in that depot. And what else? Do we have any more trains here? I guess all of you guys are going to a depot as well. Probably one of these two. And I think that should be fine for now. So let's start converting some things to maglev. I think we're gonna keep this platform just a regular train, and then we're gonna turn the other ones into maglev. So like something like this. All of this is gonna be maglev. All of this is going to be maglev. Here, I don't know if I can, I guess, yeah, I can do that. It's not the most efficient thing. And let's see, this trains are gonna go that way. So basically half the station is gonna be maglev as well. This track is gonna remain as it is. You're gonna be like that. We will no longer need that. Can I remove that? There we go, perfect. In fact, why don't we straight up get 3 of these lines to be maglev, and instead let's fix the electrified ones first. This is no longer gonna be a thing. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe let's have it be a thing for a little while. Where's this train going? Oh, this train is going there. Okay, cool. That's fine. I was a little scary there for a second. You're gonna remain electric all the way to here. There we go. This line is no longer needed. It's kind of like putting a giant puzzle together. It's fun. By the way, if this is indeed the last episode, I would like to remind everyone that you can finally download the save game if you do so desire. So that's correct. It's going to be probably linked in the description. And because it's the final save game, it's free for everyone. So you don't have to like go to my Patreon page or anything like that. You just download it and you're done. And you're going to need a bunch of GRFs, so I recommend you taking a look at the first episode where I sort of outline the custom GRFs that we're using, plus the city builder script and all that. And honestly, I think the game itself should probably like prompt you to whatever it is that you need. Let's make sure that this is a better exit. And we don't need that no more. I guess, yeah, we kind of need it perhaps. Let's do it like that. There we go. Over here, we can add perhaps extra signals just so that trains can kind of sit here and wait. And perhaps something like that. So electrified railway. There we go. That looks mostly good, I would say. That's just the wrong signal. Let's get that one in place. Remove that one. And might as well just add an extra one there for good measure. Actually, you know what? Let's remove these guys. And can we get the rest of the signals? There we go. Now we can. Fan-freaking-tastic. So these trains are still sort of delivering the farming supplies. This track right here, let's get this fixed. We don't need that signal anymore. Let's figure out this part first. Should be the easiest part. There we go. And then we have all of the maglev stuff. Actually, let's put signals first. All the way through here. And oh, this is interesting. We're gonna have to move this bridge over. So this is gonna be the regular train track. Let's get that terraform down. Let's get that fixed. And that's all pretty good, I would say. We're gonna need a little overpass, viaduct, looking nice. Perhaps one of these guys here, another one of these guys here, and just so that the signals sort of match, we can add stuff like that, maybe an extra one there. So now we can go into here, and oh man, I might have to manually replug this. Oh, I remember why this was an issue, because you can't have maglev right next to a regular train track. So that's going to be an issue. So there's a relatively quick solution to this problem, which is the following. You just do this. You get rid of that, and you just simply convert this whole thing. And you just make a straight up connection to that. So we can delete that. I really don't think we need like 3 entry points here, but I guess we'll do it anyways. And oh yeah, that one's gonna be tricky too. Hang on, let's be smart about this to some degree. There we go. All right, so that looks good. Actually, you know what? We don't want these here. We want that, and that should take care of almost everything. I don't know if we have like a lot more trains running on this line, this is going to be an issue. Like we would need maybe like a side track that might be more efficient. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it just so that it looks nicer too. So let's get rid of that. Put a tunnel in here. And yeah, let's get that side track going. Get that in there, get that in there, get that in here. So now there's a train can be sitting here, plus a bunch of trains sort of sitting there as well. And finally, we can get rid of all of this. There we go. That looks a little bit cleaner, I think. In fact, since we're gonna have a lot of trains running here, we could, I just said that we're not gonna have a lot of trains, but I completely, like I'm thinking of all the trains that I'm actually probably going to end up adding, so might as well just do this. and that should accommodate a lot more traffic. We no longer need that. We can get rid of this. Get the signals going in both directions. There we go. We don't need that extra signal there. All right, that's pretty good. So we have our station sort of happening here. Let's see if we can get these trains to work. There's a train that's like totally lost, I think. Where are you right now? Capital City South. Yeah, it's like completely lost. Go to your depot and like, yeah. Don't come back. Hopefully this train is gonna go to the depot. Does it have a depot in its path? I think it's gonna go to this one, right? Yeah. And we also have that one there. Cool. So we can resume this service. So at least our fruit can like, you know, go back to normal. So we're gonna need, oh yeah, we're gonna need a depot on this line. I completely forgot about that before. So let's simply do that. So new vehicles, no cargo types. We want the Siemens, which is kind of expensive, but it's okay. And we want to carry fruit. And we're probably gonna use these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for, I guess, 3.2 tiles. And we're gonna have you exact same orders than these ones. Let's delete those. And honestly, I think that should be it. Let's go back to location, see if everything sort of works out. If I forgot anything important, I guess we don't need this. So let's maybe fix that. Maybe add an extra little regular signal there. There's a ton of fruit. Oh, yeah, that was a problem. We could also maybe get like an extra depot here. Just so that we get potentially a better outcome when these trains are sort of coming in and out. And we're also going to need to get a track switch like so, and another signal like that, and another one over here so that trains can go into this block. There we go. Perfect. So you are in the depot again. You're going to be refruited to fruit. There you go. Refit this to fruit. And now you should be able to go load. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this works out. Pretty confident it will. There you go. So it loaded a bunch of fruit. And off it goes. So technically you should be transferring it here, right? Yeah, transfer and leave empty. Fantastic. All right, so let's continue converting everything else to maglev. Should be pretty straightforward from this point on. Let's get those overpasses, as well as those tunnels. More tunnels, there we go. Now it should be even easier to see what we're doing. Get that in there, get that in there. Especially fruit is kind of like sensitive. The money that you lose just by the nature of fruit being in transit is like kind of, something that will cost you a ton of money. In a regular game, you wouldn't maybe have this kind of network, but because we're only, targeting capital city and all of our resources are sort of meant for that, we're gonna sacrifice on some profitability. And that's why we have all those maglev trains, like the passenger trains that are making us millions and millions and millions of dollars just so that we can do fun things. So we're gonna get a new train. We're gonna put the Siemens again. Actually, what about this one? So this one is a little bit more expensive, way faster. Train vehicle station list. I don't think it needs to go that fast. So let's go to fruit, and we're gonna set it to 3.2. I think it's good. So fruit, and let's go into this depot right here. And the orders are gonna be a clone of this. So 1, 2, 3, I think we had 4 of these. So let's let them go. We can probably delete this now. If I can shortcut it up. All right, there we go. 2 trains at the same time. That's good. Always nice to see. Very cool. Trains know where they should be going. Everything else should be like automatically connected, right? We shouldn't be expecting anything weird. We got the 2 extra trains here that we no longer need. Let's convert all that to maglev. All right, so a big chunk of our network is now been resolved. Obviously, I guess if we look at this, food is pretty good. Goods is definitely going up a little bit. We can perhaps improve this a touch, but we'll take care of that in a minute. Let's continue with our fruit situation. Obviously, Capital City hasn't moved, but it will once we start getting all of this connected. This might be on the longer side of things, but I feel like you guys watching the series do appreciate the longer episodes. I hope you do. Otherwise, yeah, I guess this is what you get anyways. So we're gonna do a similar thing here. We're gonna put a fruit station, which, unless I'm mistaken, is this one. And it's gonna be 4 tracks, 5 long, and it's gonna be oriented like this. And we're probably gonna shuttle some fruit via a truck. So let's try to, you know what? Why don't we first terraform this to the best of our ability? So we can get bridges not at the same level. All right, let's try that again. That is at the same level. There we go. And we should probably do some clever terraforming here as well. So let's do that. Ooh, new train, Brazilian maglev? Or vac train. Wow. So many crazy Brazilian trains. Let's get that going in there. And I think we're gonna need to go down here as well. This is like the best part for me. I don't know. This is, to me, this is like the most enjoying aspect of the game. And all these maglevs are like going bananas. Look how much less money we have now that we went a little crazy with our maglev trains, even though all we did is just retrofit an existing line. It's kind of insane. So fruit 1 ways away. Let's bring it all the way right up to the edge, and you know what? Let's just go diagonally just for a second here. Let's go diagonally a little earlier though, just for aesthetics. So now we can have our bridge. That should probably be a little bit on the longer side. That way we can get tubular concrete. Let's do concrete. I don't, what's the speed on these trains? Maybe I'm choosing the wrong bridges, and I'm pretty sure I am, but max speed 301. All right, so we're good. At least with these bridges, we're good. I think I put like slower bridges there. Let me see. I've been choosing the viaduct, which is almost the same speed. Not quite, but almost the same speed. So it's fine. It should be okay. Let's continue this, and Where will we have to turn? All right, so we need to like kind of go around this hill, but I think I want to maybe go this way instead. So we're gonna make a turn right after, like somewhere around here. Perhaps we can do something like this. And we can have it staggered like this so that our trains don't suffer from slowdowns as much. Not that it really matters because these trains are like pretty powerful. But it also makes it look nicer. You know, going for that middle ground, aesthetically pleasing situation. Okay, and over here we can just diagonally cut through. Without terraforming a whole bunch. And right about here, I think we can put down our station. Something along these lines, probably. Just have it sit here. It's going to be a railroad station. Definitely going to have to do some extra terraforming just to make it all look nice. Two tiles, and off you go. All right, let's complete the inner tracks. Perfect. All right, so we have this station, which should accept farm supplies. Fantastic. And yeah, we don't care about any of these messages. Let's set up our road. Actually, let's get the trains running first, and then we'll set up the road infrastructure because, yeah, that's going to be bad. Okay, so I would like to have a depot segment right before the entrance of the station, but because we don't have... Here, let's do this. Because we don't have like a straight line right before the station, there's no room for like a diagonal. I don't like diagonal chunks of tracks that have depots, so I'm gonna put the depot here. Just for good measure, I'm gonna put another depot here. It's on the main line, doesn't have its own dedicated branch line, but it should be fine. And let's get signals in place over there. There we go. So you're definitely going to need that. And you're definitely going to need that. And I think that's it. At least in regards to this. So let's get those signals in place. There we go. All the way to there. All the way to there, that's okay. And a couple over here, and another one there. That should be enough. Okay, so all of these signals are in good shape there. Let's get a couple more. Maybe remove that. So we're pretty much covered the whole way. We have some additional signals that we don't necessarily need. Man, we have a lot of trains running in here. It's getting a little crazy, but it should be fine. Signals pretty much the whole way. That's actually pretty great. What about this thing? So we have this like diagonal turn. Okay. not too shabby. All right, let's run some trains in here. We're gonna create them from here. So Siemens is going to be the locomotive. So let's, how much is this one? 604 and 1,000,006. And this one is 450. It's gonna be a pretty penny. But let's, you know what? YOLO. Let's just YOLO it. Let's go for fruit, and I think we're gonna have to keep with these guys that don't. I don't think they have like a speed limit, right? So you're gonna be 5 tiles. Refit it to fruit. So you're gonna first go here and get service. Then you're gonna go here, do a full load, and then you're gonna go back to here. And we're gonna have one, oh my God, look at the money, look at the money. That's all we can afford. So 2 trains. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Here they come. Man, they're quick. I do like that we have a variety of trains in general. So let's get some trees in here so that it doesn't look super bad. So this should be pretty cheap now, adding the truck stops. Let's get one here connected to St. John Woods. And perhaps we're gonna do that. Let's get a couple stations this way. 1, 2, perhaps 3. Man, we're so short on money, it's not even funny. Those are some expensive maglevs. All right, so that looks good. Let's get the depot in place. Might as well just add an extra thing. We are not gonna make them like 2-way things. We don't need to, honestly. So new vehicles. This is gonna be for fruit. So let's go for the full capacity fruit. Make sure like these are refitted, and you're gonna go do a full load here and transfer here. And we're gonna have maybe like 6. So 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 more, 8. Let's see what happens. So these guys are loading. Another thing that we can do actually is we have a bulk terminal here that could potentially give us some engineering supplies. So we could just do that. Have like a little, let's see, what can we do that's a little different? Let's take a quick look at road vehicles for a sec here. So farm supplies, and let's sort by speed. So we can get 144 kilometers an hour on this little Duke Courier. And what about trains? Trains is going to be much more expensive, right? So let's go for farm supplies. Yeah, I guess these trains are all maglev, so yeah, that's going to be an issue. We're not, I mean, we're kind of far though, unfortunately, unless we do like a little shuttle. So we get farm supplies, send them to here somehow. We can also perhaps, will a ship go through this little canal? We can have a ship deliver them. I mean, let's see. This might be a little bit out there, but we can have like a half man-made river of sorts. Let's try to keep the same direction of the river. It's gonna be a little twisty, but you know, These are real things that exist in real life, so it's not completely unrealistic. And over here, I guess we're gonna branch out from the main river. Or I guess we could just, you know, terraform our way into success. Yeah, let's terraform our way into success. So we can bring the farming supplies to here. Actually, right about there. Can we actually dock here? Yes, we can. All right. Dude, I like this. This is kind of cool. Plus, I like that we're like doing all these kinds of different layouts in this project. So here, let's do some clever terraforming. We can get our dock in place. Like so. There we go. All right. I think here we're gonna need a much larger turn, perhaps. That's nice. We can add a depot right here on the edge. I don't think we need a depot there, but we will probably need to open this up so that ships can easily turn around. Maybe an extra one, just for aesthetics at that point. So this river is wide enough. This is, yeah, I guess we'll need to do that and perhaps that, and just so that we have a much larger capacity here, we can, I don't know, do something like this. We might need some buoys as well. Not entirely sure. That looks pretty good, actually. It looks very realistic. Let's get a, let's go waterways. We're gonna get a dock right here. And then we're gonna get a dock right here that's connected to the other dock. Too close to another dock? No, I wanna like connect it. Oh, you can only have one dock in place. I see, I see. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna keep it here so that it's a much straight up shortcut than that. Let's do some extra terraforming there so that there's enough room, and we can put a little dock in here. Let's get a depot right up in this little corner. Let's get another depot right here. So you are gonna have a farm supply ship with the porcupine, which is not super expensive, thankfully, with farm supplies. You're gonna go do a full load here, and you're gonna go do that here. Too far from previous destination. Good. All right, so that means we need some buoys. Perhaps we can add a buoy here and another buoy here and extend this segment of the river. Make it a little wider. Maybe widen up these turns to some degree. There we go. That should be good enough. So go to the buoy, go to this other buoy, go to the station, then go back to this buoy and this one, and then you complete the loop. So clone ship. Let's do 3 ships. No, let's do 2. Two should be fine, because then we're gonna have another 2 that go the other way. We're gonna retrofit this to farm supplies. You're gonna go, excuse me? Oh, I see. Stop sharing orders, delete. I guess I will save some time. So, Moga Hanoi Orchards. Can I not move? Can I not change the order of the orders? Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's just, yeah. Those 2 buoys. Then you go here. Then you go back here and there, and you complete your thing. All right, so clone ship. There we go. So we have 2 of those. And now we can do a similar thing. So new ships, Porcupine. Let's get maybe 3 this time. Oh, 2 should be fine. Let's not do that though. Let's first get the orders and retrofit in place. So full load here. And instead you're going to be transferring here. All right, let's get 2 of you and off you go. So now this should increase our production. Man, I really wish that we could afford another one of these like trains, because we have a lot of fruit going, and yeah, we can definitely afford that. It kind of slows down at the bridges, but it should be okay for the most part. How are we doing here? Let's actually take a quick look at our situation here. Alcohol, we're over delivering about like a tiny bit. Engineering supplies, still not very good, unfortunately. But we do have quite a bit of engineering supplies over here. So I think this little train should be increased in capacity. Let's send it to the depot and take care of that. This is carrying alcohol unless I'm mistaken. So let's go to alcohol, and I think it's just a regular back train, right? So let's make it like 5 tiles straight up, because why not? Man, we're so close. Man, it's gonna be a long episode. No, don't do that. You had a depot there. Is it not connected? It is totally connected. All right, so now this train is gonna go all around, and it's, yeah. So, okay, so this train is going. Come on, you can do it. Let's delete all these messages. You're gonna go there then. Yes, all right, so vac train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles, perfect. Let's refit this for alcohol just to be sure. There we go. So now you're gonna go here, do a full load of alcohol, but we definitely gonna need a lot more fruit. So let's go back to this station. Yeah, look, it's just, damn, we have so much fruit here that we don't know what to do with. And I don't think we can afford one of these like super crazy trains, right? Can we not? We need 16 million bucks. Damn, son. All right, here's what I want to do. Wow, you're gonna be broken for quite some time. Let me make a quick cut here and then resume once we can afford another train. So I let the simulation run for quite a bit of time, and I realized that the orders on these trains, yeah, I wasn't transferring them, so no wonder they were not picking anything up. But because I left the simulation run for quite a bit, we actually made some money. In fact, I can show you our financials. So, you know, we've been quite profitable recently. So why don't we clone, let's do maybe 2 more trains if we can afford them. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into here, clone it. And can we do a second one? No, we won't be able to. Yeah, okay, fine. A third one. Let's see if that takes care of things. By the way, Capital City has been grown just a tiny bit, a little bit, because at some point we just managed to get over our goods, our alcohol production. But I think after these trains start delivering all the transfer of fruit into Capital City, let's actually follow this train because it's going to be pretty important. So let's go full speed here. It's gonna get a little crazy, but I think it's worth taking a look at. And maybe slow it down just as it arrives at our fruit hub. Let's see, the transfer was $500,000, so there should be quite a bit of food being delivered into this station, which now has a ton of alcohol being produced. Here comes another full train, and hopefully this is gonna, well, just basically put us over the edge. I think this is the final stretch for a Capital City to grow. Let's see what happens. We also have some extra trains here. Look at all the engineering supplies that we have in, and this train is gonna help boost that even more. It's set to enhance, and now it's all the way to gung ho. full. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I can easily add a second train here that would help us with the deliveries. But let's see how we're doing with alcohol here. We have this train sort of coming up. Should have perhaps left this platform empty just for the train. You know what? Let's do that real quick. We're gonna make it so that no trains can go that way. There we go. So all trains are kind of forced to deliver things into this track, and then I guess they can go out. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. Capital City is indeed growing again. All right. So let me actually show you a couple of little tweaks that I made while we wait for that to happen. So we kind of have like an insane amount of trains running here. So I added a second track going into the station, and I added a bunch of crossing points between the different lines. That way, if there's a train that's kind of broken down on the main line, they can just basically switch to the other one, and that way everything sort of gets automatically arranged. But it's kind of a sight to see, honestly. When you like speed things up, it's just like a constant flow of trains. It's really, yeah, mesmerizing. I'm probably gonna do another. I've did like one of these like videos where it just like sped up a bunch of scenes, and like only I uploaded that to YouTube. I'm probably gonna do another one of those videos in a couple weeks, but like with more scenes of all these crazy stations that we sort of put together. But yeah, you can see how they're kind of forming in line, waiting to enter the station. Everything is like going super smoothly. Added a bunch of extra steel trains as well. But let's go to Capital City, which is now has now shrunk. That's kind of a good sign, because that means that the city's growing, which means that it's deleting old buildings in order to make new room for new ones. And as you can see, we're pretty much good on all of these categories. If we can afford another fruit train, you know, from this faraway station, I will definitely take up on that. I think we needed like 70 million bucks, but we're probably gonna need a bit more now due to inflation. Let's see, can I actually hit it real quick as it's getting the station? No. All right, but we can do this. Yeah, we need 74. All right, now we can afford it. Let's go crazy. Let's see what happens. We can easily get like 2 more trains coming in here, but here's the beauty of it. All the fruit that's being transferred. Every time one of these trains sort of loads in, that gets automatically delivered here. And all the alcohol that's being produced, it's just a sight to see, man. 9.5, we're so close. Let's take a look at these metrics real quick. 9.7, 9.6. You know what? I think this is a good time to start wrapping up the episode, because I'm pretty sure we're seconds away from reaching the milestone. The first thing that I want to tell you is, well, thanks for watching this not necessarily super long in terms of episodes, but in terms of hours. I feel like it's been a long ride. And also, I want to remind you that the final save game is available for free for everyone, and it's included in the description of the video. So you can just download it. You might need all the GRFs that I'm using. You can refer to the first episode for those. I add a few later. I think the game is gonna yell at you and you know, tell you exactly what you need. I'm on 1.9.3, the current version that the saving will be based on, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of unfinished business pretty much all around, so you get to play quite a bit more if you want to take you know, Capital City into sort of the next level. And and just as a gift for you, I have some sort of before and after cinematics coming up in just a couple of seconds. And all right, there we go. 10,000 population. It's probably gonna fluctuate. Yep, of course, it's gonna fluctuate back and forth a bunch of times, but we made it. We made it, and it's kind of a sight to see. Anyways, thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to click like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for potentially new OpenTTD series in the future. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the cinematics.